house, then she's come out of the house, she's been doing various interviews, and we'll be able to see some of that in a minute. We're joined now by psychologist Linda Papadopoulos, who's worked on the previous series of Big Brother. Lovely to see you. And also Nikki Grahame, who's twice been a Big Brother contestant, who joins us from our London newsroom. Nikki, I just want to talk from your point of view. You've seen what happened, didn't happen. What do you make of it? And when you're in the house, what happens when do you see what I mean? How do you explain what's gone on?
Well, I mean, it's just shocking. There hasn't been a scandal like this in Big Brother since the Shilpa Shetty incident, and it was just shocking. She was so convinced by her own lies. She was actually believing what she was saying in the end, and it was scary. It really was. I mean, it's very easy to get, you know, kind of in that environment and completely forget about the outside world once you're in there. But yeah, she obviously just got caught up in these lies.
You know, lots of people have been having a pop at Roxanne for not only the way she acted, but the apology yesterday as well. Do you think there's a finger of blame needs to be pointed at Big Brother as well for maybe not stepping in early enough?
It's a really interesting question, because you've got to understand, I think what happens with these reality TV shows is there is kind of conflicting needs, right? They want to make good TV, and what does that mean? It needs to be sensational, needs to kind of create controversy. At the same time, they do have a duty of care. I think to me, when I was looking at it, I thought this is very similar to kind of those new football rules. Well, now we have the technology to kind of say, look, this is what happened. And I wonder, had she been taken aside and said, okay, this is your perception of what happened, but here's the video. Do you want to continue with this? Would that have helped? I think it certainly would have. Now, the problem is, of course, that you don't want to undermine someone's perception. If the person who was listening to it at that moment hadn't seen it, the last thing they wanted to do was kind of undermine her on air. And I think this is where it becomes confusing. You know, when I was the psychologist on the first series of Big Brother, and it's a very different show. Reality TV is very different to what it was then. The fact of the matter is, people go in there being much more savvy. They know if they want airtime, they need to be in the middle of controversy. And I think the things that we would have selected out for, so sort of these extreme personalities, now they're selecting in for to some extent simply because it makes better viewing.
And Nikki, and just let's talk about, because it's had such a big impact, and particularly on her, on Roxanne, and with everybody, you know, on social media, you know, so many, you know, real criticism of her. How do you cope with that, I suppose, when you come out of the house and you're suddenly inundated with all this information and all these critics?
Well, I mean, she's had no choice but to just face it full on. And I think that interview that she did with Emma last night, Emma asked all the right questions, and we got to hear those answers that we've been waiting for. I mean, she's just got to face the public now and deal with the consequences. She was potentially going to ruin another colleague's career, his life.
Okay.
And she didn't give that a second thought, so now she has to pay the price.
Nikki Grahame, Linda, thank you very much. And I know, Linda, you're here later to talk to us about mobile phones in schools, so we look forward to hearing from you later. Thanks very much.
That's something that's got you